Right, so here is the fragrance. It's like this. I was like this. I waited for it. I waited for it since 2020 to shoot this fragrance. I'll tell you to shoot my review on this fragrance more than the fragrance to review the whole business model. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, how the business model is, and do a brief comparison. I'm no expert, but I am a frag head. Plus, I am a part of the industry, so I'll be sharing what's my perception about it. I mean, this is like totally purely my views. My viewers respect my views, what I say, so hence this video is here. If by any way you're like this content and you're a non-subscriber, do hit subscribe. And if you really don't like this kind of videos what I make and you are a subscriber, you can unsubscribe as well. So I'm open to it. I mean, that's how it works. So this is Office for Men. So first bottle I got, and literally I made samples for the community, and after that half bottle got stolen. I mean, who steals a perfume bottle? I mean, I have like thousands of perfume at my place, Le Casa de Perfumery. So there are thousands of perfumes there, and out of the blue this fragrance got stolen. I mean, it has to be something, right? So that's what happened with my first bottle of Jeremy fragrance. And after that I have to, then the lockdown and everything came and I wasn't able to get another bottle. Then I got this from Suvirnath from Chennai. So thanks bro for that. And I did score 3 more bottles. There were many people who wanted to make some space, make some cash more than the space, because this doesn't take much space. So I have got like good 3 people who are still selling this fragrance. So I might it's there on Perfumery for sampling, so I'll be able to do sampling for a long time. It's pretty expensive, guys. $9.99 for a 3 ml sample. Yes, that expensive, and I'm not making any money in that. Don't go by that because it costs that much. So the retail price for this one is around 160 euros, or it comes around 150 USD. That's like, and then there are some 20% off sometime. There is 1+1 sometime. The maximum discount I have seen is 65% off. And by after that also it was coming. It was coming. $65 was the minimum I've seen for this one. So as per what I have bought, this 40-50 ml bottle is for around 7,000 bucks. So I'm doing a 5 ml, 3 ml sample for 999 rupees. So it's that expensive. So that's the only negative. It's pretty expensive. I'll explain you how it doesn't matter for most of the people, right? Because there is an audience which this is made for. So this is the presentation. Pretty basic, and because there was no, I understand, at times, for a person like Jeremy, where the people were waiting for his fragrance, sometimes you don't have enough time to make a fancy presentation. But that's all right. It's the perfume which matters, right? Then why people are cribbing about the presentation? Yeah, you are the only one who said that the fragrance is the one which matters. So now why? So that is like one thing. So really doesn't matter. It's a really good fragrance. That's one thing. Now let's open and see the bottle. The bottle is pretty basic again, with simply written Office for Men. They're targeting the office goers, right? Office goers, corporate professionals who earn that much to pay this much. So it's like correctly targeted. It's like precisely targeted and precisely named. So that's like the marketing genius. Yeah, you are putting the right product in front of the right audience. That's like a deadly move. I mean, a lot of things to learn from both the entrepreneurs, Jeremy Fragrance, as well as Ratan Tata. So that is one thing to learn. You should know your audience and put the right product with the right name and with the right characteristic in front of the right audience. Simple. It's fairly simple, guys. It's a simple game, and most of the people fail to do what I just said in 7 words. Most of the people fail to do that. Now coming to this, when I say the notes, you guys already know a lot about it. The notes are juniper berries, bergamot, there is lemon as well, there is ambroxan, then there is patchouli, there is musk. So you would see all the best notes. You pick up like world's top 5 men fragrances, fresh fragrances, because it's a fresh fragrance, and you would find these notes. So basically I would say this one fragrance and 5 top sellers are compete together. And yeah, this one still wins over it. I'll tell you why with the video, right? So take 5 fragrances. It's Sauvage, then there is Creed Aventus, of course, there is Dylan Blue from Versace, then there is whole Acqua di Gio series from Armani, then there is YSL Do Not Do Pretty, a lot of freshies. 5th one you could probably imagine as we have covered most. So like yeah, four. Fifth one also I will add one. Let me think which one we could add in this particular like which is like really successful men fragrance. Yeah, I would put Invictus by Paco Rabanne. So these five in this one, and this is combination of all those five. Now you really do not go into that direction, that clone versus non-clone. I could really have a debate on it. Bring anyone. What is Savage and Dylan Blue on this side, right? This side, Savage and Dylan Blue. What are those? And let's pick up Invictus. Let's pick up Mobla Explorer. Let's pick up Individual. What are those? Smart clones. Simple. It's like smartness is not saying it and then doing it. So it's like if there are five top seller cars with different five features, you come up with a car which has all those features. It's not a clone. It's not a clone, guys. You're making, and as some people say it directly, hey, it's a clone and blah blah blah, and market it like that. And but in fragrance industry it doesn't happen like that. You launch a clone but you do not say it. So people say it. So the buyers, the users, the reviewers, we have our sample exchange platform. Trust me, guys, it's people who tell us which is clone of what. I mean, many a time I used to do a lot of videos, but now, I mean, I was like done doing, this smells like this. Now people do it. So they come to sample exchange, pick up a sample. They tell me now that this smells like this smells like this. I'm like, oh, all right. That is what is going on. Every fragrance will have a similarity because of XYZ reason anyway, because that is something, that kind of creativity, like why YSL M7 or Rive Gauche smells very different to Gucci Pour Homme 1. That kind of creativity is gone. It's not there anymore. So this is how it works. So guys, coming to this one, so this is more, I would say, it's combination of the most natural smelling synthetics. Yeah, most natural smelling synthetics means it is quality. Now let's coming to the technology and how the fragrances comes into the picture. Going to the molecular level, so there are molecules, there are atom, right? Atom is the smallest thing. So molecules are basically you could say the smallest element. You go into the micro level and those are the molecules. They really interact at a very molecular level. For example, there is bergamot in it, so there would be an additional molecule which will support bergamot to perform, right? How molecule is working here, I'll come on that as well. Now I've been testing it thoroughly, so I got this like around 50 ml, and this is one fragrance which I wear and go to Lake City Perfumery, and my staff is like, what are you wearing? I mean, they normally know whether I'm wearing Alexa or whether I'm wearing Guerra, whether I'm wearing Rouge 666 or Instant Vintage. And today they asked me, what is this? What is this smell coming from? Right? It's nothing familiar. So I was like, if somebody is asking me in my office, which is full of thousands of fragrances, what fragrance are you wearing? That is a compliment, guys. And I would say this is the best smelling, longest lasting freshie ever created. Mark my words, this is one freshie which lasts straight 10 hours, which is only possible with science. So here the science comes into the picture. So now here what they are using, just imagine a time-lapse video, or just imagine bergamot or the main formula surrounded by layers which is time sensitive or temperature sensitive. So here what I have seen, it's mostly time sensitive. It could be combination of both. Now the first guy who started playing around with molecules was Giza's Con Molecule 01, you might have heard about Molecule O2, Eccentric O1, Eccentric O2, and so on. So he's the master of molecules. Second guy is my son Francis Kurkdjian. So my son Francis Kurkdjian is the brand name. Francis Kurkdjian is the guy who has done it with Baccarat Rouge. It's a whole top seller without any legacy like Creed. Creed has a legacy, right? So my Francis Kurkdjian, apart from Le Male, nobody even remembers what he made, but he made entire line of Elisa, there other lot of fragrances. But then Baccarat Rouge, that created a place. So I would say if you have to compete with houses like Creed, Tom Ford, and like guys, Clive Christian, guys doing from 5,000 years, 10,000 years, you can only compete them based on science. So that's one thing, and plus knowing the user behavior. Now, so there is a market gap. There is no long-lasting fresh scent. Now that's a generic problem. A fresh scent and long-lasting, they don't go together. I heard it. I read it somewhere. So there was a video, Irvin Creed versus Jeremy Fragrance, and I've seen like Jeremy Fragrance praise it and said this really lasts long. And somebody commented, Creed and long-lasting do not go together. What are you saying? When whom are you saying? More than that. So that is one thing. I mean, these kind of things are so experimental. A established brand would not take a risk to experiment. Francis Kirkshaw did. You have the results. This guy did. You have the results. So now, if you are a big house like Creed, you really cannot experiment well. Your fragrances are no more natural. That's like impossible. And you're still. So what's the USP? Why Creed sells so much? It's natural. It's natural ambergris. This, that. It's all synthetic and doesn't even last. So who really cares? Because there is no technical upgradation to it. So this guy got like the best fragrance ingredients, the best characteristic of a fresh fragrance, and then fuse it with science. Boom, Alberto Morelas did it, or Jeremy did it, or Firmenich did it. So now what happens? A house like Creed cannot do that, because first thing is their ego. They really would not go to a company like Firmenich or say Givaudan or say Lucy and ask them, give me this molecule or give me a molecule which lasts long. It's like too much, too small thing for them. They are too big to go to a small, technical, innovative company and collaborate, right? It happens. Like if I'm a big shot, I really would not go to someone in Bangalore or someone in Ahmedabad who's working on an excellent technology. I'll never. I have my market set, but I'm really unaware about the future competition coming up. So guys, this is your future competition. And there was a traditional retail chain. Second thing I love about it that it broke all the traditional ways of selling fragrances. Online only, that's the way people realized after COVID, but we realized it long back. I've been selling fragrances online since 8 years on perfumery.co.in, unbox.in. Now we're selling laptops as well, unbox laptops on unbox.in. So basically, retail was never our way. We were like online. Jeremy, this guy, has put like 10 years into fragrances, from 20 to 30 years probably. So that's like, for most of the people, is the life between 20 to 30. And this guy has put all into it. And then he tried to, I won't say, it's like cash out. You put a lot of effort, and then there is a time you need to cash it out, right? If you're playing a game, you need, you can't go empty handed after putting 10 years of your life. So this is what this guy did, which was nothing wrong. He gave a product which is amazingly good, amazingly fresh. It's like, I'll tell you one scent which it reminds me of, but I told you the top 5 scents and this one scent together. So it's like Blue D Isse by Miyake, but sadly that's discontinued. This is also a clone of it, looks alike, but yeah, that's not the thing. This is what I'm just showing it here. So if I would have shown the box like this, you would have believed it that it is Miyake. So this is like how people take the shortcut and blankly copy. That is like the most shortest way to success. But the shortest path is for the shortest duration. Simple. As fast as you reached here, it will stay there for that much time only. Simple as that. If I took like 10 steps in 10 seconds to reach the top, I will stay there for 10 seconds. If I took like 8 years to reach the top, it's directly proportional. That's what I say. So this guy actually had put like 10 years. He have understood what buyers want and then come up with a product. So it's like a great example of product collaboration. Now coming to the pricing factor, I'll be coming to the second entrepreneur as well, Ratan Tata. Pricing factor, guys, I'll tell you, this is rightly priced and aptly priced. Yeah, because see, people who do not afford it will always crib about it. People who can afford it would happily pay for it. I see people buying it. There's no problem. Absolutely no problem. I see people buying it. I'll tell you one example. This has been marketed for US, UK, Europe, top 3 spenders, and to a buyer segment of office goers who are mostly 25 to 35 years of age, same as Jeremy or me or most of our viewers, right? So that's like the audience, the age bracket, and then those are the guys who are going to office. Now I'll tell you, let's leave about India, let's leave about Asia, and let's talk about these 3 markets, right? There, the average hourly rates are starting from $20. Imagine, here in India, $20 is you pay for entire week or in 2 days. Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 days salary. While there, the minimum wages are $20 an hour, which is like 1,500 rupees an hour. So whole day you're working for 8 hours, you are making that 12,000 rupees. Getting it, 1,500, 8 hours. So that's how it works. So basically, somebody, a guy like me, my Upwork profile is there. I was a freelancer. I used to do my thing, my job, my work, perfume business, and then freelancing as well. The last hourly rate I had worked on was $75 an hour. It was a 30 hours project on Upwork.com. My profile is still there. You guys can check it out. It's like an open book. So $75 an hour was the amount I picked up, the job I picked up. So now imagine if a guy like, not me, but someone who's even earning $50 an hour. So there are like 40 hours in a week. So can't I spend 2 hours of my earning to smell good for 12 hours? I can easily, right? So that is why it's rightly priced for the right market. But if this thing, he's not marketing to India, which is also a very smart move. Why would he market a product where he doesn't have that kind of audience, who will spend this kind of money? So then there comes our second entrepreneur, that's Ratan Tata. So he's like the legendary entrepreneur, you guys. I mean, it doesn't need any introduction, even to the international audience or Desi audience knows about it. So this is one brand which he has created, right? This is titled Skinn. Looks similar, right? It looks a similar box because he also didn't put a lot of money on the box, but rather on the perfume and the perfumer. And this is the top seller, Raw, which smells similar to Acqua di Gio. This is made by perfumer Olivier Pessex, who has done 1 million as well. And this is like the best you can get for $30. And this sells in retail for $30. Imagine now, this is actually the version 2 bottle. They also had the plain bottle, like how Jeremy had the DNG, the one sort of bottle in first. But that bottle would have hindered him to create that brand image. Right now, you look at this, you can connect to Jeremy Fragrance. You look at this bottle shape, you can connect to Jeremy Fragrance. So even date for men is like this, day for the women ones are also like this. So this gives you an instant brand connect, right? The earlier bottle was very similar to DNG the one, very similar to Molecular one. So there was a confusion. This is DNG or this is Jeremy. So that's why he did this kind of bottle, which is fine because people are paying here for the juice and the technology. So this is Raw, a better looking bottle, right? Juice, I won't say this gives me good 6 hours of longevity, but for $30, I could spray it, I could reapply it 3 times a day or 4 times a day, or just keep it in my car and keep spraying. This will still last me a month. For $30, it ain't bad. And this smells very close to Acqua di Gio. The second one I have here is the black bottle. I wanted to show you both the colors. There are more to it as well, but I'm showing you the best ones. This is Steel. A better bottle, a better done job, right? A better done job, and this smells like a little bit like terrariums. Now, as I told, you want to have discussion on clones, non-clones, let's do it. But every perfumer, even renowned perfumer, do it. I mean, I heard somewhere, Redolphins, Stevens, somebody compared to Baccarat, somebody compared to Elysium. He has hired the perfumers, so perfumers make clones, yeah, but with a twist. So, I mean, let's not go into it. So this smells like terrariums, an absolutely gorgeous bottle. And this is also $30. So these all are available on perfumery.co.in. We are shipping them worldwide. Yes, shipping would apply, but still a really great deal if you're looking for something new quality and which is made by Alberto Morelas and that level of perfumers. And yeah, so basically here the target audience was different. Target audience were the Indian middle class or the Indian youth. The retail channel here was online only. The retail channel was here the traditional one, which is huge in India. It's unorganized sector. The offline market is 10,000 times more than online markets in India. So this guy was targeting an entire different segment, while this guy is targeting an entirely different segment who are sitting behind the PC making $90 an hour, $100 an hour. Here, we're targeting to college goers who have like 5,000 bucks pocket money, or they earn 25,000 bucks. That's what the salary starts in India for freshers. That's around $400 a month. So a $400 earning guy would not buy this, but they will buy this. So the target audience, how the target audience are different here. So it doesn't make Jeremy Gold or Ratan Tata great, but yeah, the target audience here. And then this guy made like, okay, this was launched and he raised around $1 million, and that time $100 was the approximate price. So he did like 10,000 bottles. Here it was like 10 lakh bottles or even more. The huge distribution is there. So definitely with volume, the cost comes down. The fragrance industry is mostly dominated right now by retail. These guys still gives retail the preference. So brands want you to go to the duty free, pay that kind of amount, and then buy it. Right, getting it. So selling a $200 fragrance online only, competing giants like Creed, Tom Ford, Sephora, Bloomingdale's, blah blah blah. It's a daring move, and kudos for that. And it's executed pretty well. So in Ratan Tata, this one is executed to next level, being very futuristic. I mean, see, it was 10 years of journey, 10 years of dedication into fragrances, which he encashed in his launch right now. Maybe, and I'm definitely sure, none of the fragrance will do as good as this one did. Even Jeremy would say that none of the fragrance would do as much as Office for Men did. But this one, each and every fragrance, a million units has been sold and still selling. Amalfi Blue, that smells a little bit like Allure Sport, that is like nowhere in the retail, nowhere in the wholesale. So yeah, so there these are the difference. Now it's the target audience, it's the way of execution. This guy is very futuristic. He would do it so that the business lasts there for generations. Maybe this guy would do it, but again, depends. I don't know. He's young like me. I mean, I really don't know how whether his son or his grandson are also selling this. I really cannot say. But I wish my kids, if he wishes to, can get into it. So I want to create a brand like that, because even I have worked on 2 brands, in fact 3 brands right now. This was the first one, so this is like the third. Like how Jeremy did first batch, second batch was transparent. This is the third batch. Same way, this was our like 7th or 8th hit and run. TrudiBlue London, registered in London. So basically this TrudiBlue, they specialize in the technology, the molecular part. So we did the same thing. Now I was talking about the molecules. So what happens with the time sensitive molecules? With every hour, the layers disappear with time. They self-vanish. There's a self-destruction timer in every layer. Now imagine at 1 hour, the first layer is boom, gone. The fragrance comes out. After second hour, the second layer is gone. Boom, time bomb. Then the fragrance comes out. And then third layer is gone. Again, fragrance comes out. So there are like 10 layers. Imagine like 10 layers. First 3-4 layers are top notes. Then comes the mid notes. Then come the base notes. So now it's a layeristic approach. And then everything we can control based on time. Second approach is the temperature sensitive. It goes on your skin, the scent goes on your skin, the temperature rises up, the molecule attains the boiling point and start evaporating. So it forces 2 hours based on the skin temperature, right? So on and so forth. So people who sweat a lot, and if they are wearing the second technology, it won't work. But if they're wearing the first technology, it will work. So technology is the main thing. Samajh jao abhi bhi, entrepreneurs. Technology is the key, and understand these two entrepreneurs. Why I did a comparison, I want people who follow me, the fellow entrepreneurs, the fellow frag heads who want to do something, because the scenario is fucked up. And it's the time to get up, make your own destiny. And I think 20-25,000, 50,000 ka to anyway you will make it. I mean, I know my audience, they are like, the most sharpest. They literally Google. And the main thing is, the guy who knows how to Google would do. That's the secret. Everything is there on Google. All you need to do is search the right thing at the right time. So that's what is here. So this was TrudiBlue. We did the same, the first approach, the time lapse thing, the time molecule thing in this brand. So this Italian Neroli based scent, this the how presentation. So this we initially were trading at around $90, and in India 5,999. So this was like made in India product. I mean, we are getting the oils, we're getting the fixatives, we're getting the specialty compounds from London, from TrudiBlue, whose owner is my friend. So Amit Patel from Pana London. He has a very successful brand, Pana London, doing really good in US, UK, European market, and we did this back in 2017. And we used the same technology which they are. I think Pana London are all made in Formulation or some other German company, which, I mean, Amit told me in 2016 about molecules, and I was like, okay. In 2017, I said, okay, guys, let's do it, because I trust in technology. And that's where we got started with this one. And this one, now after, and it takes some time for a brand to build up, right? As said, the longest the journey, the longer you rhyme. So basically, this one, I started working on Project Alternative, so I got distracted, and definitely some There were two partners, there were two brands, there was one brand in London, then I made my own brand. So now we have a overlap, right? So we had some exchange of emails, bitter emails, because we were really good friends, and then so nobody likes that because we have worked together for a really long time. We made four variants. Two were from Amit because he was an expert at that time. Bellerose Ambre and Citrus 1E, which were like pretty fast to sell out. We sold almost 50% inventory in first 3 to 6 months itself. And after that, I got into alternative in 2019. Project Alternative and Perfumologist. If you guys are wondering, these are my two brands. Project Alternative, we bluntly do the clone, and Perfumologist, we do some original formulations like Boom Shankar I've did, Shamanic Roots I've did, Celtic Frost. Celtic Frost, let me show you that. So, this one is the next level technology again. So it comes with a coolant molecule. How this works, this is temperature sensitive and it has a coolant in it. Normally in cheap products, the coolant used are mint and methanol, but here we are using high grade skin friendly molecules which release the coolant with temperature. So if I'm working out, I would feel the chill. I put it here, 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 and wherever, and I feel the chill. It's like the wave of chilliness crossing your body for hours. Imagine it's like on and on, it's a trip. So this is Celtic Frost. That's why I named it Celtic Frost. Imagine you're standing or working out and a whole avalanche of chilly rain, snow passes you through. Then you calm down and you start working out again the avalanche comes. So it's like that. It's Celtic Frost. So that's like another molecular technology I'm talking about. So this is the future of fragrance industry. All retailers, all big retail chains are literally fucked up. They have trained their staff as per the retail market face-to-face sales. Those guys cannot handle online. It will take some time to shift to online, right? Understand the online market. While Jeremy is online from 10 years, I'm online from 10 years. Guys, come on. Give us that credit of being there in online. Why now you're raiding online? Because retail is fucked up. Yeah, that's how these big companies bully. I'm planning to make a whole video. So I see this video, Jeremy and Erwin Creed, and Jeremy is very polite, being a little scared, which of course is valid as well. And same time, Erwin Creed is being arrogant. So a lot of people made fun of Jeremy here, but I would say, mate, go now. Go now and have the same interview. But he has sold his company, so he would be the same because he made money out of it. But yeah, go to have a similar thing. Imagine in this scenario, and the tables have turned. So Ratan, Tata, Jeremy Fragrance, long video guys. But yeah, I wanted to do this from a long time. Excellent work here. And this story is basically a split. So now this brand splits. I start Project Alternative Perfumologist, and this guy already has Pana London. And I have, then we had like 4 variants, so I got to keep 2 variants, whatever stock we had made. So I got like Dolce, Pineapple and Italian Neroli. These were 2 my fragrances. This I tried to recreate Roca's Louis, but then the juice I had was pretty much stale, so we were not able to get the right curves, right ingredients in GCMS. But we ended up making the best, amazing Neroli scent. Same time, there is, I'll show you the other bottle if I'm doing this long video. But let me find the bottle. So second bottle is Dolce Pineapple. That's like the fresh bottle. It's like pineapple, but not like Aventus. It's like very musky pineapple, a little sour, but nothing like Aventus. You could say it is more like on lines of, just on lines of, because these are completely different, of Acento kind of ananas. We wanted to name Dolce Ananas to keep the, but then this was TrudiBlue London. We have to go with the English name, so we went with Dolce Pineapple. That was, so these 2 variants I had worked on. So this happens to be my first perfume I had created. Now we have like 2 great brands. I mean, you know, not every time a split of a company or split of a brand is always devastating. Now this split actually made 2 great brands. One is focused on international. Pana London was already there. We have Project Alternative for domestic market, where, and Perfumologist for the creative market. So now imagine this much market coverage. We got that many people coming into the project. That is what this split did. So I am clearing these one at whatever price I had, because I want people to see my work that I did back then in 2017 with technology like this. Let me tell you one more thing. You would see HP printed here. Let me see if camera does the justice. Right, Hotte Perfumery is printed there because these are the Porsche bottles. 2017 in India. Who would think of sourcing a bottle which Rosa Dove uses, which Creed uses, which Ormond Jane uses, which Eccentric Molecule uses? Even Jeremy doesn't use his Porsche bottles because those are really expensive and they really do not customize. So this is like, I think this is a Chinese bottle. All due respects to China, they have a great contribution in production. We still owe them and we still lag behind 20-25 years, guys. A good work should always be appreciated despite of all the agendas. That's my policy. So that's my first fragrance I created. So guys, check it out. This was my El Perfumologist small video. I'll be coming up with a lot of videos. And guys, follow me on Instagram because I really do not make Instagram is new age thing, the technology. YouTube, yes, it's good for long videos like this, but this whole video I'll be cutting it short and posting on Instagram so that people are busy. They won't watch my 20 minutes video like this, but yeah, the loyalist would. So that's a separate audience. Now Instagram, the fast people who are like really busy on the go always would watch those small clippings. So guys, that's today's episode. If you had a takeaway, subscribe me, put a comment below if you learned anything, and yeah, tell me which video should I shoot next. Mohit signing off. Do check out perfumery.co.in. We have a lot of promotions going on. We are shipping international as well. See ya.